What's up, guys? We are live, starting a little bit early today to counterbalance all the times I started late, so we are 5 minutes early. All right, so this is going to be a fun little open panel type of discussion. I'm going to drop the link in a little bit. These can go in any direction. Could get crazy, could be peaceful, could be God only knows what's going to happen, so we'll see. But yeah, we're going to do this for maybe an hour, hour and a half. We'll see how the night goes. We'll have some fun with it. Saturday night, want to have a little bit of fun. But yeah, since I'm starting early, I think most people aren't here yet. Wonder how fast this will turn into a Thor panel. Hopefully not that soon. I don't know. I feel like we kind of beat that horse to death. So many people like message me after that, like, yo, bro, you gotta take that video down. You're gonna get kicked off YouTube. I'm like, shit. But I want to keep keeping it up. First ish lit. I don't know what that means. You know what's pretty cool though? I'm like, I've been celebrating this. Here, let me share my screen again. PWF has been taken off. Look at this. So we got views January, and then bam, we're getting way more views than we were in a while. We're getting like 200,000 views a day versus before we're getting like 40,000 views a day. So that is a massive leap. Then we go to subscribers, we're getting like 100 subs a day. Now we're getting like 300 subs a day. So definitely some improvements. And it's all really, I think I looked into this and it's all coming from shorts, honestly. It just look at this as just like all short. So going hard on the shorts was pretty important for the channel. I guess YouTube is really pushing them out now to try to compete with TikTok. Anyway, enough of that. Have you mentally recovered from the bench stream? It's going to take a lot more therapy than that. Yeah, no, I've recovered. Yeah, I'll come if you can hold the spot for me, Alex. We'll do. Okay, what other questions do we have? I'll drop the link now. Will you invite Dennis to the panel? He can come if he wants, yeah. Ever gamed with a black guy? Yeah, when I got jumped, and remember that story I told about how to call the police? I had a black guy. I had a black guy for like a week, and it wasn't pleasant. Wait, did I say black guy? Black eye. It's kind of a tongue twister. Actually, funny you asked me that. Yes, he reached out last night. It's a funny coincidence. Did you ever get into a street fight? Yeah, I have in the past, but it was a while ago, like decades ago. Not any time in the last 10 years. Exactly. Who do you say has better game, Austin Summers or Marcos? That's a tough question. I think they're both really good. I don't know if I could pick one that's better than the other. They're just kind of different, but they're both really good. Now, what else do we have? Please let us know when that collab is. Yeah, we're still trying to set it up, so we'll see. What's the best strategy to have a one-way open relationship? I made a whole video on this, but it didn't really perform well on YouTube. But you can still find it on Rumble. But basically, long and short of it is to screen carefully for girls who are somewhat into that kind of thing, build up massive investment, and just establish rules. How do you run sets with very bratty girls? I have multiple videos on that. Do you think Mystery is better than RSD Tyler? Probably, yeah. How much crypto do you have? At this point, I don't have any. Lost it all. No more crypto for me. Oh, yeah. I don't know why I'm kind of sleepy today. I got to wake up. Well, I got a fun video dropping tomorrow. I think you guys are going to enjoy that. Has your opinion on acquisition changed? Be careful with the collabs. Leave ADP, your good faith, good man. Maybe potentially. Like, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious moving forward. But I think at the end of the day, the truth will still typically set you free as long as you don't say or do anything that you have to be embarrassed about. Do you own any assets? I have cash, if you count that as an asset, but that's about it. Do you accept the Bible as the truth? Negative. Alex, what should I do about my high flake rate? Recently, 10 girls have flaked in 2 weeks. What should you do about your high flake rate? Well, I have videos on this, but essentially, I would say try screening the girls a little bit more. Try setting up, maybe using voice memos or call them on the phone, and then make sure you confirm the day before and day of. Do you recommend natural ways to boost testosterone? TRTs only as last resort. Zinc and boron can help. HCG is semi-natural, that can help, but a lot of these natural ways of boosting testosterone don't do anything. Really, the only supplements that I know that do anything are zinc and boron. Nowadays, if a girl doesn't seem interested, I'll walk away pretty fast. I'm just not going to bother. Do you recommend cologne? If so, what do you wear? Yeah, cologne can be good. I think I wear, I forget, Chanel or Armani, one of those. How do you order kratom? I go on sabaikratom.com, or there's a store near me that I go to. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. All right, Mr. Slate is a new opener. Yeah, Ultimated Judo Christian. Hello.
Yes, this is Ultimated Judeo-Christian YouTuber. You reject the Bible, which is unusual because the Bible is the top selling book worldwide. As a perfect God will make sure.
Wait, what? Sorry, you're saying you're what do you want to discuss?
The question that I posted, I'm echoing, I think, through your microphone.
Yeah, if you can fix the audio, that'd be good.
I posted a question. I'm still echoing. It's probably your side.
No, I don't think it's my side. My audio is pretty good. We just tested this very recently. I don't know why there's an echo on your end, but try turning on echo cancellation under settings, and try turning off YouTube if you have it playing.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Okay, let me bring on the next person. I'll let you fix it, and I'll bring you on after that.
Should be fixed.
Okay, Chad, is this? Can you hear him well? Is there still echo? Say something.
Test 1, 2, 3.
People are saying it's worse. Let's wait for
page.
Okay.
As quick as I can.
Yeah, people are saying it's bad. Okay, I'm just gonna bring on the next person. All right, what up? Yo.
Hello.
What's going
on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just wanted to first begin by asking what is the topic of the? Is just any questions are allowed, or?
Yeah, anything.
Well, I wanted to know where you stand as far as the.
Wait, guys, you hear echo? Oh wait, fuck! I think you might be getting echo too. Okay,
Am I?
Let me see. Let me try to test my settings. Okay, I have echo cancellation on. I have Yeti stereo. People are saying there's still. Oh, people are saying battery's fixed. Okay, you're good. Keep going.
Okay, nice. Because I made sure to fix mine after I heard the first problem. Well, I've noticed that you kind of agree with a lot of what Destiny says as far as relationships and stuff.
Yeah, a good amount of it.
So, what is one point? So you're into the whole open relationship and things like that. Is that something that you're?
Well, no, he's into having like he has an open relationship, a one-way open relationship, so it is different. But I guess you could say that those are in the same category.
But would you be in favor of one of those?
For myself, for other people, for who?
Like, do you generally like this sentiment of like an open relationship? Is that something that you support?
Depends on the person and what they're looking for. I think there's no like one size fits all solution. For some people, I think it's a good idea to have a one-way open relationship. For some people, I think monogamy makes more sense. So I think it really depends on the people.
When you say one-way open relationship, can you define what that means to you?
Yeah, it basically means I can hook up with other girls. My girlfriend cannot hook up with other dudes.
But I don't think that that's the status of Destiny's open relationship.
No, I know his is different. His is a two-way open relationship.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're saying yourself you are into a one-way open relationship?
Yeah, I am in a one-way. He's in a two-way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, if it's something that you're personally part of, I don't think that. I think that. Well, I mean, since it's affecting you personally, I just don't see how that could lead to a more like a stronger relationship or like eventually a marriage. I just think that. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think everyone's looking for marriage though. I think some people are just want the intimacy and the companionship as well as. So for me, for example, I don't really care about getting married or having kids. I want the intimacy of a relationship, but at the same time, the openness to have sex with random hoes I find on the internet. So one way open relationship offers me both of those, right? But yeah, but if you're like your main goal was to like have a family, I don't know if that's the best way to go.
Yeah, so you would eventually agree that a person that like is into multiple sort of relationship while they're having like a partner, that sort of like weakens the bonds of like of eventually finding and like ultimately finding a partner and remaining with this person long term, because that sort of somehow weakens the possibilities of like a partner remaining in that relationship for longer. I think
Yeah, I don't feel like, for example, with me, with my situation, has weakened our bond at all. Like, I feel like even if we were monogamous, we have the same bond, but I would just be building resentment deep down inside. So, yeah, for me, I don't feel like it's weakened our bond. I can't speak on Destiny's behalf, but yeah, on my behalf,
well, I guess if for men, I think what men are into it's a little different, right? Because like I think plenty of women out there allow men to sleep around or whatever, and since they remain in the home.
yeah, I think
I
if a
think
girl's going out and banging other dudes, that will weaken the bond. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was trying to get to the bottom of. Okay, so you would agree with that because I think for a man it's like a little different, like they still have sex with other women. But I mean, even then, for men, you would sort of have to agree then that the possibility of sleeping around while being married, it increases if you're like in an open relationship, as of like right now. What did you say?
The possibility of sleeping around will increase if you're in an open relationship. I guess.
No, like
Sorry.
like in future marriage, for instance. Like let's say like you're like in the relationship right now, you're like it's sort of open one way, whatever. You're allowed to have sex with other women. If you were to be married with like a different person in the future, that possibility of just like sleeping around or like cheating on your wife would somehow increase. You would agree there?
Um, I think it could be a correlation thing. So the people who are more likely to get into open relationships are the people who value novelty more. And then because when those people get married, um, because they're driven by novelty, they're more likely to cheat. So I think it could be a correlation thing, but I'm not
Okay.
convinced there's any kind of causation there.
Well, I mean, it's, to prove causation is almost impossible, but okay. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I guess that's all I wanted
No,
to.
I mean, I think you can prove causation with a lot of things. Like I can prove causation that if, for example, I put my hand on the stove, I'm going to get burned. There's clear causation here. That's not a
Right,
correlation.
there's like clear connection because, of course, another reason why you would sleep with another woman because you're horny, right? So that's another causation. But the fact, well, yes, it is.
I mean, I think I can prove causation that, for example, guys who are taller on average do better with women, right? I think there's a clear causation there, right? I think
I would disagree with that. I think that height is, in a way, an advantage, but I don't think solely height will just get you there. So,
well, I'm not saying solely height. I'm saying if you control for every factor, you do an experiment, right? I think you can pretty easily prove that guys who are like 6'2" have a better chance with girls than guys who are 5'7".
But since there's never going to be a control for like all those other things, you have to get to basically conclude that it is a sort of correlation because you'll never have like an
Well, no,
instance
there
where,
are
like,
ways there are ways you can do that experiment. Like we did something along the lines of that, where we created a Bumble profile. We used the same guy's photos in one test run. We said he was 6'2", another one he said he was 5'7", right? same amount of time, same photos, same dude, just to see. And there was a difference in the amount of matches he got, right? So, yeah, you can prove causation,
right? But you can conclude that the same woman is the one that responded to the person with the different heights, right? So you'll have to, because like those other women that actually ended up responding to that guy who was like 6 feet or over, or whatever, they could have also responded to that shorter guy. They just may have not found them at the right time. Where
but if the sample size is big enough, you can come to a pretty accurate conclusion. So if there's a big sample size, you can think, all right, the guy who's 6'2" got like 100 matches, and the guy who's 5'7" got like 30 matches. Like, I think at that point we can reasonably conclude there's something about being taller that makes you more attractive to women.
I guess I would accept that. I guess that's fair enough. With that sample size, I guess there's no other way to. There's probably one, but I just can't think off the top of my head right now. But are you one of those red pill guys by any chance? Like, to what point do you believe in like the whole red pill, black pill thing? Like, what is?
I mean, I don't consider myself a red pill or black pill. I consider myself closest to the pickup community, but there's some red pill beliefs I agree with, some I disagree with, some black pill beliefs I agree with, some I disagree with. Yeah.
What are some of the black pill beliefs that you would say you agree with?
I think looks are very important. I think that with money, you don't get genuine desire. So like they call it beta buxing, right? That's like if you have a lot of money, using that as a form of attracting girls, you don't get like genuine desire.
Right.
I think that looks maxing is important. I'd say those things.
So, but then you make the argument that, but would you say then that game would somehow sort of compensate for the lack of appearance that a person has? Like, the lack of...
game also is an important factor, and they can compensate to some degree to a lack of
To
looks.
what degree would it not compensate?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. It's kind of hard. How bad looking is the guy, and how good his game is?
Well, let's say someone like Jeff Bezos. Let's say that no one knew that he was like that he was like a billionaire or whatever. Like someone with the face and height of Jeff Bezos. What amount of game would you say that would cost?
If he had really, really good game, he could probably do all right with the ladies. That's also because he's old, so that eliminates him from a lot of women. But let's assume he was like, I don't know, like in his 30s or something like that. With really good game, he could get decent results. Yeah.
But wouldn't you agree that it takes a level of appearance? Like you have to be able to like to approach a person, the person like to engage in a conversation with you. You have to have certain looks, be above a certain threshold to even be considered for a conversation.
I think there's a looks threshold, but I think people have different looks thresholds. Some people are more open to talking to people who are less attractive. And I think if you're like really charismatic and really confident, and you go through enough volume, you will find eventually some girls who are willing to overlook your look because of all.
Right, but in order to get to that charisma or that whatever game that you have to first engage in the conversation. Like, you don't just like show your charisma, whatever you have, like at the beginning of the conversation.
Well, but there's going
to
be some percentage of girls who will engage with a guy who's not that attractive.
But you would say that on average, women would first vet you throughout your looks to then be able to engage in a conversation with you.
I think it's one of the ways that women vet, but I think it's not the only one.
I'm saying on average. Would you?
Well, I think there's a lot of ways that women vet. One of them is like the creepy factor, right? If you just approach them in a creepy way, even if you're really good looking, you can like strike out right away. So I think like the women are always worried about their like physical safety and all of that stuff. So, I mean, I think there are several ways that women can vet off.
But I guess my point is that a woman, once she notices that you're trying to get flirty with them, once she sees you, looks at you, sees your appearance, she's going to decide you have to have like meet certain threshold for like you to continue on, because at a certain point she's going to like, okay, I'm not interested. I see where this is going. I'm not interested or whatever. There are, wouldn't you agree that this is something that, I mean, that's what
that would imply that like unattractive guys like never sleep with like decent looking girls, which I know.
No, but I'm not making an absolute argument, right? Of course, unattractive guys can meet with unattractive women. Even the unattractive women are like looking up to like the fucking 6 and 7s or whatever. So I think that looks to an extent that has to be like a control or like, maybe like an irreplaceable factor there that you have to meet to first be able to engage in a conversation. It could be flirtatious or whatever with a woman, because like, for instance, I just brought up Jeff Bezos. Like, if you were to fucking talk to a 6 or 7 at a club, I don't think he'll do that well. doesn't matter how charismatic he could be, how funny or how much game he has. It's just there has to be a certain threshold that you have to meet in order to like connect and engage in the conversation.
What is that threshold? What do you think it is?
I think at least being like average looking, uh, be on maybe like an average height of 6'7" or 6'8", maybe 6'8" or above. I think you will have to.
You mean 5'8"?
Fuck, did I say so? Yeah, that's what I. Holy shit! Yeah, that's right.
You have to be the
That's
biggest
right.
giant on the planet.
Well, no, of course that makes no sense. Yeah, but
I think generally, probably you're right, but I think that like, for example, I have a client who's like fat, right? He's like 300 pounds, right?
Right.
He's like losing weight, but it's taking a while. So like he like messaged me like I don't know a few weeks ago, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I'm so excited! I finally got my first like make out at a club." And I was like talking about it with him, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, I had to approach a lot of girls. There's a lot of girls who wouldn't give me the time of day, but there was one girl who was like open to talk to me, and then I was able to make her laugh, and then we started dancing, then we started making out, blah blah blah." Right? So there is going to be some girls who are going to be more lenient on looks and are going to be able to potentially overlook that. But yeah, generally speaking, it is of course easier if you meet the girl's looks threshold.
well, I mean, but then it goes back to the conversation you brought up earlier. How likely was that due to genuine desire, as opposed to just like wanting to that's the guy that's
Well,
like,
this dude doesn't have any money, so what else could there be? Like, why else would she be making out with him?
Well, I mean, would you disagree that there's certain women out there that are like empathetic enough with men?
No, I don't. No, I don't think women are going to make out with dudes out of pity. Yeah, no.
I don't know. Well, you would say for like not date them, but I mean, she'll probably like make out with a guy. Just
no, I think she might maybe give him a fake phone number out of pity, but she's not going to go do anything sexual with a guy out of pity. Pity is like the death of desire. So no, I don't think women are going to do anything sexual, including making out of pity.
I mean, I don't know to what extent I would agree with that, because I know for sure guys do that with women. I mean, there are plenty of guys out there that like to just like virtue signal, or I'm not one of those guys that are like fucking fat phobic or whatever, that like pick up the fat chick just to be the good guy or be the good one or whatever. I mean, there are plenty of guys out there. Like I've had fucking friends that have done this, that I've heard them say before in the past, like they've never dated a fat chick, but they've fucking like they've gone woke or whatever. And now
I don't think they're doing it though. I don't think like guys are dating fat chicks because
you'd be surprised.
Out of pity. I think guys will date a fat chick for two reasons. One is that they have like a fat fetish, or two, their options are just so bad that they've backwards rationalized that the fat chick is attractive.
I would probably have to. It's not even like some sort of like a fetish, or I do think in reality that there are women, even men out there, that would date a woman because they feel like they're like at the bottom of the sort of barrel, and they're being sort of like the most oppressed type.
No, I disagree with that. I don't think the vast majority of people would date someone, man or woman, out of pity.
Well, then you're moving the goalposts now, because I didn't say the vast majority. I'm saying there are people out there who actually.
I'm sure there's maybe like a few dozen people out there who are just like so like. I don't know, so like tied up in their heads that maybe they will do something sexual.
I mean, perfect example.
Even if they do, that relationship won't last.
I mean, do you genuinely believe that like in the fucking relationship of what's this famous tennis player, Wendy Williams, there's like actual genuine desire there? Like,
I'm not familiar with who that is.
She's dating like a fucking rich guy or whatever who's like not bad looking, but it's like, I mean, not to like hate on anyone, but I just don't see like fucking Wendy Williams is that attractive for like fucking. I mean, it could just be me, but again, she's not that good looking. She's a fucking rich woman or whatever. But this is like one of the instances where I'll say like, yeah, there's
a rich woman,
genuine desire.
A rich average looking woman dating a rich average looking man. Yeah, I don't see why that's crazy.
No, I think that rich average looking women would rich average looking. Let's see. They would date, yes, because in most cases they are at an age where they're not able to like be compatible enough or like attract like the richer.
You're talking about Serena Williams, not Wendy Williams, right?
Fuck yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting a lot wrong here, except what I'm saying. But yeah, I think that in most cases, like let's say like a female doctor dating a male doctor, at that point the male would be the one at an advantage there. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, say that again. Someone's dating.
If you have a, for instance, like two like, let's say, well-off people, let's say a male and a female doctor, both are doctors, right? They meet each other.
Okay.
Who do you think has a higher chance of like doing better as far as relationship goes? Let's say a woman, she's like in her 40s, the male's also like 43 or 44 or whatever. At that point,
I think there's so many factors that need to be considered, but generally speaking,
Right.
I think women have a massive edge over men when it comes to at least the initial parts of dating process, like getting laid or meeting people. I mean, we did an experiment. We took a male model versus a fat chick, and the fat chick got like 5 times more Tinder matches.
No,
Right?
no, I'm not saying as far as like getting laid. I'm talking about as far as like getting married, to like
Oh,
a good looking partner.
I don't know. It could depend on so much on like how they carry themselves. How many like, but I think generally, if I had to pick, all things being equal, I would probably pick
The male doctor.
The male doctor, yeah.
Of course, because he has better options. He has more younger women looking at him because he set a status where in reality, not a lot of men out there are into women, like older women that are just rich or like that are make a good income or whatever. They're on that.
Some are though. That's the thing. Like some
Right, but when I say
into-
not many of them, I'm not saying like it's like a non-zero game that I'm talking about. Like of
Right,
course there are going to be some guys out there,
but all it takes is one, right, for her to meet.
But we're speaking in generalities. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think. Well,
Generally speaking, the man is going to have a better chance of finding a more fertile woman, a more better looking, more compatible woman for a relationship than the female doctor would. Because once you're at that point as a woman who's like in her 40s or whatever, you're looking up, and that there are not a lot of men out there that are willing to engage in that kind of relationship with, because they're looking at the 25, 26, 28 year olds that are more fertile, and I just think that rightfully so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When I'm like in my 40s or 50s, I'm not going to be interested in dating a girl who's in her 20s. I think that relationships work better when there's not a massive maturity gap. So if I'm in my 40s, I'll probably date a girl in her late 30s or something like that. So yeah, me personally, I would not, even no matter how many options I have. For fucking, yeah, it doesn't matter. But for like,
I mean, come on, Alex, but that's not what I meant, right? What I actually meant was that, and my voice is kind of hoarse because I'm catching something here. What I'm talking about is they're looking down at younger women. I'm not talking about like someone who's just turned 18. Of course, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if the person's like in his 40s or whatever. He's probably looking at a woman who's like barely turned 30 or something. I'm not talking about like fucking.
Well, but what I'm saying is that like when I get to that point, I'm not going to be actually looking for women in the 20s. I'll probably look for women in their 30s because I believe that a massive age gap causes issues in the relationship.
Right, but I'm talking about in the sense that they're looking at younger women, more women that are sort of better looking, more fertile than like an actual woman of your own age. So if you're like 45, like looking at like a 40.
I think own age. I'm just saying, like for me personally, like when I'm 45 and I'm looking to settle down, I'll be looking to settle down with a girl who's like maybe 35, but certainly not a girl who's in her 20s.
But definitely younger, like most definitely younger than.
I probably would go
like 3 years younger than you. Right?
I probably would go 5 to 10 years younger. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sort of like the point that I'm making. But yeah, that's why I said that the doctor will be at a more of an advantage because of those sort of description and compatibility factors. But yeah, okay. I think I sort of talked about all that I wanted to bring up with you. By the way, one last point. What is your problem with Rollo Tomasi? By the way, if you want to like to.
Yeah, I mean, I made many videos on this, but essentially it comes down to one, the fact that I think he's a massive hypocrite. He constantly talks about how you should debate people who think differently than you, and then he dodges every single debate with me or with Destiny or with literally anyone. So that's a massive hypocrisy. The number two thing is I think he's wrong about quite a few things that he says. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've done a lot
of things he's wrong about. I just the hypocrisy part. Yeah, I get it. People do that all the time. You have people politically.
People do it all the time, but I don't. I'm not a hypocrite, right? And you'd be hard pressed to find one thing I'm hypocritical about. I generally do the things I say. What are some of the things he's wrong about? Again, I made a detailed video on this, and it was a while ago. But as far as I remember, it was iron rule number. It was 2 or 3 of the iron rules. I think 2 and 4, but don't quote me on that. Hypergamy. I think he overvalues it and he forgets to ascribe it to males. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's several things, but yeah, for more like it's been a while since I looked into that, so you'd have to check out my video. Wait, hold on.
Okay, for sure. Although as far as like the dodging debates and stuff, since you're probably not 100% on like the specific details, so I'm not gonna dig in too deep. But I think as far as like the whole dodging debates, I mean that's something that just like happens. So, like people, I think people tend to like debate other people. I'm not saying like you don't fall outside this category, but people tend to debate other people that they have as much to lose as them. And I think that Rollo Tomasi, I would probably say, I mean, he's going on fucking uh what is this? And like plenty of shows. So like, I don't think that, or like, he's
Yeah,
on.
there's not actually a massive difference between our like Cloud. Like he's been on a lot of the same shows as me. Valley Taman, we've both been on there several times. It's probably I think one of the more popular shows that
Like
he's been
Dr. Phil or something that I was referring to. Yeah.
I've never seen him on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he's actually there's like I think he talked about this. It's like he's releasing this sort of like he's considered to be more like an expert on this type of issue. Like
Yeah, because there's a lot of gullible people out there. But yeah, if you take like my YouTube subscribers and combine it with my TikTok following, I actually have more clout than he does.
But I guess as far as cloud, I would probably say that it's not so much about the cloud, but so much about the it's this
I mean, it just seems like massive cope because according to this logic, I would never be able to debate you because you don't have a YouTube channel, right? I wouldn't be able to.
No. I mean, this is different because we're just taking in callers. That's a bit of a different example. I mean, we're not
right, but like
taking callings. Yeah.
I just hate that argument because it's like, okay, you can only debate people who have like the same level of clout as you. I think that's like so lame. Like I'll debate anyone anytime. I don't care.
I mean, like influence, the same sort of like level of influence.
Yeah, like okay, you have to have the same influence. Who gives a shit? I'll debate people who have way less influence than me all day, every day. I don't care. I have nothing to hide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I agree with him, but I probably understand why he would probably like not get into these, or because I think he's talked about you before, and he said you're like not a good faith actor or something like.
Which is also another lie because like people have accused me of many things, but not being good faith isn't.
I think about Destiny too. It's like the point of like debating you guys because I watched this like reaction of like Hunter Avalon.
Yeah,
Hunter Avalon had this debate with this woman or whatever. I don't know what her name is. Recently, it's like she's one of those red pills women, but he had a debate with her, and like I think Roller was like reviewing the debate or something. He brought your name up along with Destiny's, and he said that the reason why he dodges like or doesn't talk to you guys is like the point of having a conversation with you guys is not to like learn or understand anything. It's more like to debate, bro, or like
Yeah, I mean, he's implying that I'm not good faith, which is a lie. Like I'm extremely good faith. I think everyone who's debated me, or pretty much mostly everyone, acknowledges that. I think I'm way better faith than he is. That's for sure. But yeah, even if I was bad faith, we could basically set parameters that wouldn't allow me to be bad faith. Like we could have moderators and rules and shit like that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like throughout this conversation, like you've been pretty good faith, and I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's probably like what he perceives you to be. Because like in some cases, like when people have debates, like there's certain people that just tend to like go for dunks or viral.
Yeah, I think the reason he's not going to debate me is because he realizes there's a good chance it will look really, really bad on him.
Okay, yeah, that's another possible
that's
way to consider it. Well, I really appreciate you taking my call. It's I actually just got all the questions out of the way that I wanted to ask you. So thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, buddy. Thanks for coming on. Take care. All right, let's bring on Sarah and let's bring back this ultimate Judeo-Christian YouTuber.
I was hoping you'd add him in with us.
I know. Oh.
Okay, am I echoing? Am I coming in clear?
The chat will have to let you know. Chat?
I'm not echoing on my side. It's probably a technical issue from previously, but I'll just get straight to the point.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, let's let the chat respond. Let me also take a piss real quick, and then we'll get into it.
Ultimated Judeo-Christian YouTuber. How are you tonight, Ultimated?
I'm doing good. Well, so just for you and the listeners, I am God's best friend. God and I have sex. God is touching the left side of my head right now. This has been going on for over 2 years. God makes it known to me who's in the book of life or not. So I've asked him, is this person going to your new kingdom? And he will either move my head up and down or left to right.
Is God a physical person for you?
Oh, we're already getting into it.
Not necessarily.
He said that I'm sorry if I misquote you, but God is touching you right now. He's been with you for the last 2 years. Did you say you were having sex?
Sex with God, so we don't go, I haven't experienced the full pleasures of sex with God. We just go through the motions of it. but I'll just prove to you God's existence and the Bible.
Okay.
So this will be primarily to the host. You can join in too if you want.
Thank you.
So do the both of you agree that God exists first?
I do.
I'm confused by the whole idea of you banging God. I've never heard that, but let's just table that for a second. Do I believe God exists? I'm not sure. I'm agnostic. I don't know if he exists or he doesn't exist.
You just presuppose God, as agnosticism / atheism references God, complementing the syllogism I sent privately.
Yeah,
Want to
like
say
I
something?
said, I don't know I don't have an answer. I don't know if he exists or he doesn't exist. I'm not sure.
You just presupposed him. The pronoun I presupposes God because you have to have an ultimate standard to identify your creatureliness, as God is ultimate truthful love.
I have
So
no
I'll just
idea.
read out this.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I do not understand the words that just came out of your mouth.
You're possibly lying because I've had this talk with many people. I've got over 200 plus videos, with some videos being 9 hours plus long. I try to make my arguments as simple as I can. So I'll just read out the argument / syllogism that I privately posted ye. Premise 1. So the argument / syllogism is proving Judeo-Christian presuppositionalism. Premise 1. God's biblically / awesomely ultimate truthful love. Premise 2. God authorized the Bible / biblicism. Conclusion, thus Judeo-Christian presuppositionalism follows. So premise 1 backs sacred theology / revealed theology, the creator-creature distinction, perfect being theology, ultimate / brute facts, and God's prescriptive laws of logic / thought. Premise 2 backs special revelation, evidentialism / epistemic foundationalism. The conclusion backs the law of rational inference.
Do you have
So
any idea what he's talking about? He's literally speaking Chinese. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the point, like what in like a very simple worded sentence, what are you trying to get to the point that God exists and the Bible is authoritative? So like God basically gave permission that the Bible goes out. That was your third one, and I missed the second one.
So these are statements I'm laying out. I haven't fully
justified
them yet.
Can you just like speak in like a very simple matter, like not do this weird like
I am
dance? Like you're really not
possibly.
Well, he's trying to take a more formal, debatable approach right now. So he's giving you the premise and then the supporting theories behind it. So that's what he's doing. To my understanding,
they're not theories.
Well, okay. He's giving you his premise, and
just say what you want to say. Just say what you want to say, and we can go from there.
So you made a claim of agnosticism. Agnosticism is illogical because it references God. If you say you don't know that God exists, you are contradicting yourself because God is love. Therefore, he would reveal himself to everybody. So that supports premise 1.
No, I don't know. I don't know. If you ask me about aliens, I don't know if aliens exist. But just because I use the word alien, stop. Just because I use the word alien doesn't mean that I'm category the existence of aliens. So you could use the same. You ask me, do aliens exist? I'm like, I don't know. I am agnostic on whether aliens exist. Oh, bro, you just presupposed the existence of aliens. No, I haven't. I'm just using the word.
That's a category error. An alien would be a label to a temporality. God is in a different category as he is ultimate truthful love. In other words, God is absolute, eternal, and revelatory. So we can.
Well, that's what you believe. I have no idea what the hell.
It's not a belief.
So are you?
So it's a fact. So
are you?
It's a fact. I'll just address this really quickly. God is an ultimate fact, complementing the law of identity that A equals A. So the first A is God, and the second A would be an ultimate fact. An ultimate fact is absolute, eternal, and revelatory. God is absolute, eternal, and revelatory. So it's not just a belief statement. Everybody knows God exists, However, some people suppress the truth more than others, and we have to be taught of the proper noun God, as defaultly everyone knows that an ultimate perfect being exists.
This is
That
like the
supports premise
weirdest
one.
set of mental gymnastics I've ever seen to like
So
talk
I guess it's like
yourself into
basic.
thinking that something exists. Okay, let
Not an
me.
argument.
Okay, well, I'm making an argument. Let me redirect it like this. Do you think the Earth is 8,000 years old?
You're switching the topic. You have to address premise one of my
Because I have no
categorical
idea what we're
syllogism.
talking about because you're speaking gibberish, bro.
I'm not. I've said that agnosticism is illogical because it references God. That's your assertion from earlier.
And I am saying that something could reference something and still not be logical, given the example of the aliens. I've already countered that.
No, I've already countered that. An alien is a label to a temporality. So you can be ignorant on the existence of aliens. However, Jesus debunks aliens. But going back to premise one, you can't be ignorant on God's existence because he has revealed himself to everybody.
Well, he
as
hasn't
he
revealed
is
him. Well, he hasn't revealed himself to me, so I'm still waiting for him to reveal.
Yes.
No, he hasn't. I haven't met him.
You don't have to see God to know that he exists, as he has revealed himself to us through his invisible attributes, complementing Romans 1:20 in the Bible.
Well,
So I'll just read that out quickly.
So your argument, I don't want you to read random quotes. So your argument for that God has revealed himself is because of a quote in the Bible. Well, I don't believe that the Bible tells the truth, so therefore he has not revealed himself to me.
That's not my main argument. I was supporting my statement with the Bible. Proving the Bible is in regards to...
What is your argument that God has revealed himself to me? How do you know that?
I've already stated this. I'll do it again. God is ultimate truthful love. Therefore, he would reveal himself to everybody. So
But
that
he hasn't done it to me.
Yes, because for you to identify your creatureliness, you have to have an ultimate standard, aka God, as he is ultimate truthful love.
So in order for God to reveal himself to me, I have to believe in the existence of God. That's your argument?
No, it's not a belief statement. It's an ultimate fact. God
I haven't
is
met
an
him. I haven't
ultimate
seen
fact.
him. I am not fucking God. Or, like I'm fucking my girlfriend. So when I start fucking God, maybe I will believe in him.
Can we go back to this?
You don't need...
How he said he was having sex with God?
Yeah,
we will get to that. We will get to that. You're making claims here. I have to refute them one at a time. So again, God...
speak English? Like you're doing this weird...
I am speaking English.
No, bro, you're speaking so weirdly. They're just like use normal language.
I'm a theological student. If I post what I have through Grammarly.com, I get a score of around 99. So you're possibly lying to avoid the argument. So what I am saying is optimal grammar / syntax complementing zeroth order logic. So the arrangement of words that I am saying...
You're literally straight up speaking like a robot. Like, this is why 5, 6, 7, God 5, la la, God fucks me in the ass. Like, you're speaking like a robot. Speak like a human. Like, I legitimately, I'm not trying to, like...
You're not attacking the message. You're attacking the messenger.
Because I don't understand your message, making it so confusing.
I'm not. I just have to repeat myself. God is ultimate truthful love. He is our ultimate authority for facts. For example, to identify ourselves to be creaturely, we have to appeal to the attributes of God as he is ultimate truthful.
You're just presupposing the existence of God in all your arguments.
Right. And I mean,
it doesn't matter.
It does matter. I can presuppose the non-existence of God in all my arguments. That wouldn't be convincing.
No,
you have to provide
because
you can't presuppose something that we're debating. I'm not sure if there's a God. You think there is definitely a God. You're just presupposing his existence in all of the arguments. You can't do that. You have to actually give me reasons for why God exists instead of just presupposing the fact that he exists.
God has revealed himself to us, so
but he hasn't.
Once
again, then we go to this. But he hasn't revealed himself to me. Then what?
Yes, he
not only that,
has,
that's
because
also
he is
still based
love.
on that's also
When
still
when
based
has he revealed himself to me? Like, tell me when, because you know me
At
better.
the at the earliest starting point of your existence, from ever since you came into self-consciousness, you have been made known of who God is,
Not with
as
me.
he is ultimate.
But
He
that's
hasn't, he
Yes.
hasn't revealed himself to me, man.
that's
Yes, he has.
So
That's
You are
based on the-
referencing him as we are speaking right now.
I'm referencing aliens, and aliens have never revealed themselves to me. I have referenced a whole
And
bunch of things that have never been revealed to me.
You can be neutral on the existence of aliens. However, in the case of God, you can't, because he is in a different category, as he is ultimate truthful love. So again, to paraphrase,
So my
the
proof,
only
my
two
proof that God exists is because God exists. There's your argument.
God
he's also
exists
basing
through
it based off
sacred
of
theology.
like you have to believe it in order for the whole, like, he reveals himself to you. That comes right out of the Bible. Like, but you have to have that standard belief to begin with for any of that to be, applicable or presupposed or any of that. So
It's not just the belief.
ultimated where you're missing the point in the argument is that if Alex does not know if he believes in God or not, therefore the Bible is not
He's possibly
Hold on a second.
lying.
Why? Hold on a second.
I'm clearly wrong.
If none of that is applicable, then anything that comes out of the Bible is no longer applicable. Anything that comes from the
That's premise 2.
but you're saying that he's presupposing a belief that he doesn't believe in.
It's not a belief. It's an ultimate fact. I've justified this. You're
religion
just twisting my words.
Religion is based on belief. You have to be able to believe it. You have to understand it and know it, and
The
whether
Bible, you can have a belief statement in regards to the Bible, but in the case of God in general, God is an ultimate
if
fact.
I tell you you're really stupid, like, I believe you're stupid, therefore you should believe you're stupid. So let's just presuppose you're stupid, and now this argument is no longer applicable, and we can't continue anymore.
You're not addressing the argument, so
I'm giving you an example. I'm not really calling you stupid, but I really kind of want to right now, because your argument is based on a belief.
It's not a belief. It's an ultimate fact.
But that's
You're twisting my words.
Because I say it's an ultimate fact. Here's another ultimate fact. You have a small penis. I have no proof of that, but it's an ultimate fact because I believe it's.
You've just contradicted yourself. Again, I've referenced the law of identity. That's one of the 3 fundamental laws of logic / thought. A is A, so God equals an ultimate fact, and vice versa. An ultimate fact.
Another law is that you have a small penis.
You're not attacking the message. You're attacking the messenger.
I'm trying to give you an analogy that will drive home the point how ridiculous your argument is. Your whole argument for God's existence is what? Is because he has revealed himself to me. I'm like saying, well, he hasn't revealed himself to me. You're like, but he has. He has revealed himself to you. You just don't know it. You're just lying. Come on.
Again, for you to identify your creatureliness, aka that you are a temporality, you have to appeal to God as he is ultimate truthful love.
Well, I've never appealed to God, so there goes that argument.
Yes, for you to identify your limitations, you have to appeal to God as he doesn't have limitations.
Why do I need? Wait, hang on. In order to identify my limitations, I have to appeal to God, or I could just try shit and figure out my limitations on my own.
You are severely limited because you are a creature. God is absolute, in other words, infinite in size, defaultly. So we have to appeal to God to understand facts.
Well, I've never appealed to God, and I understand a lot of facts.
No, you have to. God is ultimate truth because he is omniscient / all-knowing. Therefore, he is, in actuality, ultimate truth.
Yeah, so you're just presupposing the existence of God in every single thing you say. Can we? I'm getting a little bored of this crazy circle.
You're not addressing the argument.
I've already addressed it 5 times.
No, I've repeated myself over and over again.
Okay,
I'm gonna go back to this. Do you think the Earth is 6,000 years old?
That's a different topic. Yeah, that's my position. Young Earth creationism, flat Earthism, modalistic
Oh,
monarchianism.
what you believe in that the
That's
Earth
it.
is flat?
I know the Earth is flat. That's a
Okay,
different
well there we
topic,
go.
though.
I'm wasting my time because I'm talking to a flat earther. There
No,
we go. There's
God
nothing
sits on a throne and looks down on people without putting people upside down. Simple.
right.
And Genesis 1, 2.
If you think that the Earth is flat, there's going to be nothing I'm going to be able to say that's going to get you change your mind.
I just presented an argument. I
Because
presented an argument proving flat Earthism.
earthers are crazy as fuck.
No, that's just a claim. I will repeat the argument.
What
I'll
is it?
debunk your straw man. So
Debunk
God
me,
sits on a throne. God sits on a throne and looks down on everybody equally without putting aside people upside down.
Except
So
I
when the
don't-
rapture happens,
Except I don't believe in God's existence. I believe, like science and facts and data. I know, call me crazy. So
science presupposes an immaterial God. For you to
It does.
For you to identify physicalities, you reference an immaterial God as he is ultimate truthful love.
Bro,
So
if
the
you're
scientific
a flat
method,
earther, we're just not going to get anywhere because I have a rule. I don't.
you
really
haven't
do it.
addressed my argument for flat earthism. It's
Because
one
it's a retarded
sentence.
argument. Anyone who thinks the Earth is
That's
flat
not an
is
argument.
a retard. Like, I'm
No,
sorry.
that's not an argument.
I'm not try-
I'll
I'm not
repeat
trying
the
to-
argument.
I'm not trying- I don't want you to repeat the argument. I'm just saying that there's no point for me to debate a flat earther because I have tried that in the past, and you guys do the most insane mental gymnastics.
No, I gave you one sentence. Can you paraphrase my argument for flat
Your
earthism?
argument for why the Earth is flat is because God sits on His throne and He looks at everyone equally. That argument works if you believe in God, but if you don't believe in God, that argument falls flat.
God is an ultimate fact. It's not a
Except-
belief. You're twisting my words again.
Oh my
Don't misrepresent me. Again, God is an ultimate fact. The
Can
law
I ask
of
you-
identity,
let me-
A
let me-
equals A.
Let me change gears. Are you a virgin?
You're not addressing the argument. Stop switching the
Because
topic
I'm-
onto different points. You're gish
I'm just getting
galloping.
really, really bored of all your arguments. So, are you a
I've
virgin?
had
argument's not
sex
going
with
anywhere.
God, but not to the fullest extent. We go through the motions of it.
You fuck
We
God.
can talk. We can talk
He said
about
he
that
had sex with
later.
God.
So
I'm
you
God's
just,
best friend, hence my username, Ultimated
so
Judeo-Christian.
you just fuck God. You don't fuck girls.
No, that goes against the greatest commandment. The greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul.
So how do you?
God declared.
Can you walk me through how you and God have sex? Like, do you use sex toys?
He
Who
said
fu-
that he's sitting next to him, touching his what?
Who
head.
fucks who in the ass? Like, are you the top? Is he the top? Like, how does it work?
It goes both ways, so we can
Oh,
talk about that
you guys-
later.
You guys are switch hitters. So like, sometimes he fucks you, sometimes you fuck him. Like, does he
I
give you
don't
the reach
use
around?
that word.
Does he like jerk you off while he fucks you from the ass, or like that doesn't happen?
God has almost made me climax twice, and it was so extreme compared to a
Was it
physical
spiritual?
masturbation.
But
It
doesn't that
was a
make you?
spiritual pleasure.
But wait, God is a man, right?
Not by default. God is non-binary, so he has different modes, as he did come down to us as Jesus. That supports premise 2 of my syllogism. So back to premise 1, as you have been twisting my words,
Wait, so
God
wouldn't that make you
exists.
gay if you're fucking a dude?
That word can have multiple meanings. For example, happy. So let's go back to premise 1.
Well, wouldn't that make you
You're
homosexual? Wouldn't that make you homosexual if you're having
Not-
sex with a man? Isn't that against religion?
Not necessarily. God is non-binary, and he is
Oh.
his own authority, so he can
So
do what he
turns into a
wants.
chick. He turns into a chick when he fucks you, right?
Well,
God can change into
like-
anyone.
is this
Okay.
just a
Is he
man
like a
that you
hot chick, or is he
call-
like a fat chick? Like when he fucks you, like what kind of chick is he?
You're switching the topic. Address the
because-
argument.
Because I'm not going to address your argument because it's really stupid and dumb. It's just I don't have the mental bandwidth to engage in pure stupidity. So I'm more interested at this point.
You just presuppose. Hang on,
in
I'll
just
refute your
exploring
claim.
and just exploring your twisted psyche. That's much more interesting to me. So God turns into a chick.
I'm not
when he fucks me?
twisted.
Are
Hang on, you made a bunch of claims. For
Well,
you to
is
say
it-
something is incorrect, you reference God as he is ultimate truthful love.
Okay,
You just
so does God turn into a chick, and what kind of chick does he turn into when he fucks you?
your question presupposes God, as you have to appeal to the actuality of God to be talking about him
Okay,
as the prop.
okay,
As
whatever. What does he turn into? What kind of chick does he turn into when he fucks you?
Your question presupposes God for the
Okay,
proper
my
noun
question
God to be
presupp-
understood.
My question
Yes, for you.
presupposes God. Now, what does he turn into when you fuck him? Or her, sorry.
So
I don't know.
we can talk about that after the conclusion. You're on the
No,
hot seat, same with the other
we're not going to
person.
talk about it after the conclusion. We're going to talk about it now. So once again, like, what does he turn into?
You're
when,
dodging. You're dodging.
okay, fine.
Address premise 2.
I'm not gonna address anything from flat earther, bro, because it's a pure waste of my time.
I won't bring up. You brought up flat earthism.
Well, because
I was
I want
addressing
to
your
see.
straw man argument.
Well, yeah, because dude, I want to see because you were talking crazy, so I want to see how crazy you were.
Not,
And when you told me the Earth is flat, that's when this debate ended because it's a pure waste of my time to engage with a flat
you
earther.
haven't countered that.
You
haven't
will
countered
do.
my argument.
Okay, here's a counter. How about the fact that when astronauts go into outer space, they can see the Earth is flat? How about the fact they can fly around the Earth? Here we go. I have now countered your retarded argument. Now let's go back
No, dude, that's an appeal to authority.
let's go back to your sex life with God. So
you just made a claim. Hang on, you made a claim, and now you're possibly running from it. The
let's
astronauts that you reference are possibly lying.
I'm not going to debate you on whether the Earth is flat or round. It's a really
You brought it up.
You
brought it up.
I'm just
I
more
can
interested.
prove flat earthism in one sentence.
Okay, dude, I'm just gonna like remove you if you don't answer the question because it's getting really boring. So once again, so what is your sex life with God like? Like, can you explain to me what he turns into?
We will get to it. I have to prove the Bible to you first, so we can be on the same page.
I'm not going to have you on for long enough for you to prove whatever it is that you're trying to prove. So
I'll be quick.
Stop. Is that what God said or is that what you said? Wait, when God fucks you, how long does he last? Like, is it like a 5-hour thing? Is it like a 30-second thing? Because you would think about someone who's like that mighty, right? Like he can like finish probably pretty fast, but at the same time, you probably like how big is his dick? Like, is it huge? Oh, wait, sorry, you said it was a girl. So like, does she have nice tits?
I didn't say that. Defaultly,
Well,
I have to prove to you which God exists.
Well, just tell me more about your sex life. I'm more interested in that.
Yes, but I have to prove to you which God exists so we can understand which God we are referencing. So to prove the Bible, so this is premise 2, God authorized the Bible /biblicalism, backing evidentialism /epistemic foundationalism, more basically, ontotheology /agape theism biblically backs Genesis 1:1. That's the first sentence of the Bible. To Revelation 22, verse 21. That's the last chapter and verse of the Bible. For fallen humans, you have to pay attention, please. You have to respond to this.
I'm just falling asleep. I'm not going to respond to it. Once again, so
you have to paraphrase. You have to summarize my argument so I know you understand the words, the basic words coming out of my mouth.
Okay, if you don't answer my question, I'm just going to kick you off because this game like.
I've answered your question.
Okay, so the question is, what kind of girl does God turn into when you fuck him?
Which God? This is why I have to prove to you which God first.
The one that you're fucking. I don't know. You're fucking him, not me.
I have to prove to you which God to clarify things. That's what I'm doing here. It's only I've simplified one sentence over and over and over again. So if you don't understand the first sentence.
Last question. When you guys finish having sex, does he like bust a nut all over your face, or do you bust a nut all over his face, or how do you guys finish?
Again, we go through the motions of it. So I haven't seen God's face. It states this in the Bible. God has made it known to me that we look alike.
Do you like moan when this happens? Are you like, oh my God, I love that God pussy?
I don't use our Lord's name in vain like that. So
are you like making noises? It'd be so funny if like his family's like, who are you having sex with? They walk in, he's just by himself, just like fucking like bent over, like I'm just getting railed right now.
Oh
this
God! Oh
any
God!
Day, anytime.
All right, buddy.
We go.
Anyway, thanks for coming on. Have a good one.
I think.
All right. Anyway.
I'm wondering if maybe like some dude is coming and fucking him, and he just somehow believes it's God or something.
Some dude just like tricked him, like
He's
some
like,
dude like some dude. Yeah, this is like really clever gay guy game. It's like he's putting on like a Jesus beard. It's like I am God. Now bend over. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah,
Oh
you
God.
like that?
Oh God. Oh God.
I mean,
That was interesting. I still
Alex-
wanted to know more about the sex stuff, though. I really
he,
did.
he just wasn't answering. He just kept going back to his like a little robot. Fucking God is me. I don't know, man. Like when I found out he was a flat earther, I knew the conversation was over. It's just like
Downhill from there.
there's no way you could argue or debate with a flat earther. They're just like just do the most insane mental gymnastics. That might be like the first time I've ever kicked anyone off like the show, but like it was just like
Well, it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't going to go anywhere.
it wasn't gonna go anywhere, and it was just so dumb and boring, and he was just talking like a robot, and yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that was kind of weird the way he talked.
it was really weird.
Yeah, like
He's playing the guitar. I'll just give him time to stop playing the guitar.
That's funny.
That's a good. All right, guys, I dropped the link. That's a good video for my secondary clips channel.
There you go.
Oh,
I didn't quite understand that. I mean, you can't just assume everybody believes. Like that's not an argument. If you want to argue whether it's like God is real or not, that's an argument. But you can't like argue God is real, therefore I'm going to argue like these other points behind it. Like that's not like the way he was going about it was just assuming you had to assume it was real. But even if you did want to assume it was real, you like it's not.
Yo, what's good, Alex?
Can you turn down your audio, please? It's like you're like super duper loud.
How's that?
Still keep turning it down, please.
Testing.
A little bit more.
Yo.
Okay, that's better. You're good.
Cool. Yeah, so I just have two quick questions about Tinder. So like I've been watching your stuff for a while, and I've been kind of on the grind recently. Because I've been kind of just staying at home and not going out as much, doing cold approaches. So I'd like to ask you one on average. So I know like you're pretty proficient with Tinder. So like on average, when you're grinding Tinder, like really going for it, out of every like 100 matches you get, how many would you say result in a success?
I'd say like out of 100 matches, maybe I get like, I don't know, maybe I'll bang like one or two of them. 1, 2, 3, maybe at most.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just kind of curious to like know the numbers of what like, someone who's actually like nice at Tinder. Anyway, second, so I get like, so I try to use like scripts for the most part. Like I've been kind of studying your stuff, and then there's like other programs that I study. And then obviously like I try to kind of play to the situation. So if there's, something that's like there's no like script for it, I'll try to throw in my witticisms there. But sometimes I just say like some stupid shit, bro. Like I'll just shoot myself in the foot, and I feel like a lot of guys can probably relate to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna ask, like, when you're texting these girls, bro, like what mental like frame should I come at it from, or like what mental model should I have in my head? Like I've heard different things like
the mental model, like the kind of what I've talked about in the past is like basically like what would like insert random high value guys say? What would Leonardo DiCaprio say in that situation, right? Like would he like, start being like overly wordy, or would he just be like kind of short and sweet and to the point? So yeah, I just look at it like what would like just pick at whatever high value guy that you like, whether Dan Bilzerian or Leonardo DiCaprio or whatever, your favorite PUA, but what would they say in that situation?
Right. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
I heard you're in Maryland, right?
Mm-hmm. Where are you at?
I'm in Jersey. I sometimes go to Philly, like I have a place there too, but
I grew up in Jersey.
I'm in Cherry Hill, Alex.
I grew up in Paramus area.
Is that like north?
Yeah, North Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm about an hour from Philly. Actually, an hour and 1 minute.
Oh, so it's you can stop by anytime. But the third point I wanted to make, Alex, was the pictures definitely helped a lot. Like 2 years ago, I remember I was on Tinder and I would use like the typical like bro photos, you know, with my friends and shit. And now after like getting I hired a photographer and stuff, and we took nice photos, and that like really was a step up. Yeah, that should make a
Okay,
huge
yeah,
difference.
good photos definitely help. Someone's saying, so you got to do all this shit for a 3% close rate, maybe? Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay,
I
so
mean, it's a
if
fucking
I break
numbers game
down,
at the end of the day, bro. Like,
yeah, if I break down the numbers,
same with cold approach, bro. Like,
I
you have to
get
put in the
like
fucking work.
I get 100 matches. 50 of them, half of them don't respond off the opener, so that leaves with 50 conversations. Another half of those disappear some way through, so that leaves 25. Out of those 25, maybe I don't know, 10 give me their phone number. Out of those 10, maybe I get a date with 5. Out of those 5, maybe half flakes. So yeah, you bang 2 or 3. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. But if you're getting a shitload of matches a day, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I got like Tinder Gold recently too, and I don't know, bro. Tinder fucks you, dude. Like, I mean, I know it's like a company and they're trying to make money, but it's like if you're not paying for it, it's like not really worth it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, for guys, I know for girls it's like way different, but
I think if a girl paid for it, she'd be a fool.
it
Yeah,
must be nice. It must be nice
as
being
a
a girl.
girl, you don't need to pay for it, but as a dude, yeah, you kind of have no option.
Or if you're a dude, you can go on Grindr and just like become gay
If
for a
you're
night.
into that sort of thing, that's probably something that would appeal.
If you're that horny, you can go on
that'll probably
Grindr.
be something that would appeal more to our last guest.
Oh, that guy was crazy, bro. I don't know why you kept him on for so long. I was fucking like pulling my hair out listening to that shit.
Yeah, I don't really know why I do half the things I do, but yeah, I guess entertainment is the only good excuse I have.
It could have been
Yeah,
more.
that's true. It's a good video.
It could have been more entertaining if he talked more about the sex thing, but he kept coming back to, oh, well, my premise. Like we already determined we don't care about your premise. We just want to know about the sex stuff because now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh God.
But yeah, did you have anything else, Jandy?
No, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Have a good one. All right, we'll go for a little bit longer. Let's bring on these two dudes. What's up?
Yo.
Alex.
Oh, what's up, dude? I remember you.
Hey.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm the Chilean.
Sarah,
Yeah,
you just
I
want to
was-
know about the sex stuff.
of course. Why wouldn't
Yeah. That's all that is.
That guy was crazy as fuck. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it was kind of crazy. It was fun. It was fun. So it's good.
For a good Saturday night.
Yeah, that's going to be a good video for the Clips channel tomorrow, right there.
Perfect.
Alex.
I'm gonna title it something like
Alex.
"Crazy Dude Admits to Fucking God."
Bro.
That's gonna be the title.
Yo, Alex.
What?
Nobody watches your clips videos, bro.
That's not true. It's growing. It's growing very steadily. We're about to hit 1,000 subs on the Clips channel.
You're about to hit 1,000 subs
On the Clips channel, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good, I guess. Well, I don't know, man. You know, what does this channel have? Like two like going up words to 200K or some shit?
120.
My channel now, I'm at like 120K.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I did subscribe to your Clips channel, and I did notice that nobody watches your fucking Clips channels, bro.
I mean, it's not nearly. It takes time. It's not nearly as popular as my main channel.
No, I get it. Trust me, I understand. Well, I mean, I don't really understand. It's not like I've.
Well, I only created that channel like 3 weeks ago, so it's going to take time for it to build up. But you know, we already have one video on there went viral. It got like 300,000 views. But typical video.
Right? No. Well, I watch it. Like I watch it.
Which
I
one?
can appreciate it.
Which one was that?
The Destiny debate one
Oh.
with Pearly Things. Yeah, for some reason that one just went viral.
Did you have a lot of tags on it? Like
No, I didn't do anything different for that video at all. It was everything literally was the same.
Wow.
Sometimes you just get lucky.
I want to get lucky.
It's a lot of work, man.
I wasn't talking about videos.
Oh, you weren't okay.
I
should have figured that.
Come on. He
Should have
figured
made
it.
the joke that I was, I would only be interested in the sex thing.
Of course.
I think I get harder on
Yo,
like
Sarah,
my
Sarah,
videos going viral than I do off like
Sarah,
girls.
I love you boys.
You love my voice? Most
I
people
do.
make fun of it, but thank you.
Well, I mean, it's deeper than like a lot of the
Mhm.
dudes that come on here. Like,
Ah,
shit.
That's kind of
100%.
sad.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But I mean, for me, it's like, yeah.
It works great for singing because it puts my range much like I have a wider range because of it. Because I can still like go
Yeah.
more nasally and sing higher, but I can also hit the more lower jazzy kind of note. So it works out well.
The lower jazzy type of thing.
And I could also be a 1-900 operator, like a saxophone operator.
hell yeah.
I really like. I'm thinking like if the economy like really hits the shit fan, and like I really need to
That's
figure
what it
something out,
is.
I'm gonna be a saxophone operator. I've determined this.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Right.
I've
Do you
heard
guys-
this.
do you
Well, I've
guys
heard
have
the
anything
same.
you want-
I've heard that like I could be a great sex or phone sex operator.
I don't know. You talk a little slow.
Yeah, well,
Not
sometimes.
not in an insulting like you're a moron way. I mean like you speak very slow, like you're high or something.
Well, I guess high is
Because I am
subjective.
hot, motherfucker.
I guess high is subjective for the individual. You know what I'm saying? Someone's high is not another person's high. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But if I were to call in and want to have phone sex with a guy and he's talking like this, bro, like that would not be like, bro, I want you to take your panties off, girl. Take
Yeah.
off.
Wait, did I tell you that? Have I told you that before?
Have we spoken before?
We have. What do you mean? You don't know who this is?
I don't know. Young HBK. I don't think I've heard that before. Do you go by a different name?
Yes.
Which is?
Huh? What? Question mark?
Oh, that you
Yeah.
finally got me.
Yeah.
Blowing up my shit, man. Calling me
Of
all the
course.
time on fucking Discord.
Yeah, because I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's not like you're doing it. Look what you're doing right now.
Painting my nails.
Like it's not anything. So I figured. You know.
Ah.
Well,
Like, what else?
Did you just like come on to hit on Sarah, or do you
I
have like?
think
something
so.
else?
Well, I do love Sarah. Sarah's great. Sarah's great. I do support the channel.
Thank you.
As well. Yeah. Like I can definitely appreciate what you're trying to do.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Alex. Yeah, Alex, do you think that TikTok is necessary for today dating market?
Do I think TikTok is necessary for what?
Dating market. Yeah, someone it's like echo.
Yeah, you have echo on your end, or it's someone else actually. Let me see. Hang on, I'm gonna mute Real Top G. Okay, no, it went away now. So it's actually it was Real Top G. Okay, so you're good, Joseph. Go ahead. Do I think TikTok is necessary for what?
For the dating market.
No.
And for having a enterprise.
No.
No.
No, I don't think TikTok is necessary for having a business. Well, maybe certain kind of businesses will benefit from it, but for most businesses, no, I don't think it's necessary. And for meeting girls, I don't think it's necessary either.
Okay. Yeah, I have like two questions. First,
hey, bro, chill with all that, man.
What?
I
was worried for a second. That this dude was
that's what I'm saying.
He went down, bro. What the fuck?
I had my hand on the remove button. I was like, don't scare me like that.
Hey, Sarah, don't watch it. Maybe it's good. Good appear to us.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's necessary. Did you have any other questions, Joseph? Or anything else?
First, the Tinder, like if you could see it and like review it or something, you know.
Review your Tinder. Oh, you're killing me. Okay, fine. Just I'll do
Okay.
it just one time for you. Just email
Oh,
me.
really? Thanks. Thanks a
Email
lot.
me your photos to playingwithfirechannel at
Oh.
gmail.com.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Right
Alex,
now?
Alex, you're a has been, bro. Nobody wants your Tinder anymore.
Okay, if you say so.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
really know. I'm just fucking with you, bro. To be
Where?
honest.
What? Can you say the email to the
Yeah, it's
DM?
playingwithfirechannel at gmail.com. Playing with fire channel gmail.com.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't need to write it down. I mean, it's recorded. You can replay the recording.
Okay.
Alex, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
So why were you mean to that Christian guy?
Well, because I don't know. He just seemed like honestly like a retard who just. I mean, like anyone who believes the Earth is flat, like we're not gonna like. I just like
Right.
I can't respect you as like a intellectual on an intellectual level if you think the Earth is flat because it's like so absurd. Yeah, and he was also just like being really annoying. Yeah, I don't know those reasons.
I mean, you have this. You made this decision to not engage with flat earthers, right?
Yeah, generally I'm not going to engage with flat earthers. I tried it once and I realized it's a massive waste of time. I'll engage with like literally pretty much anyone except flat earthers.
Why? Why don't you engage with flat earthers?
Why would you?
Mr. Slave, are you secretly a
It's
flat
better
earther?
question.
Let's say I'm a flat earther. So what?
Presuppose.
I mean,
So
I don't know. I mean, I like you, so I'll still have conversations with you, but I'm not gonna like debate you if you're a flat earther because I think that what I've seen with flat earthers is they will do the most insane mental gymnastics to get out of like actually listening to you.
Obviously.
So
why?
if you are able to convince yourself that the Earth is flat, there's nothing I can say or do that will get you to budge your position at all. I'm just talking to a wall at that point. I'm talking to a chair. I'm not going to debate with my chair because my chair is not going to budge his position. It's like debating with my dog, right? Let me give you 5 reasons why you can't take a shit inside the house. Like it's just a waste of my time.
Well, it's an embarrassment. It's embarrassing to even engage with a flat earther, like
I don't know if it's embarrassing.
In a serious conversation, like
I just feel like it's like a massive waste of time.
What do you? But Alex, how do you know that you're not going to be able to convince him? How do you know that it's like a wall, that it's like your puppy? Maybe
because I've tried.
Okay, you've tried. It doesn't mean that you'll always fail. Wait, someone is echoing, either Sarah or the young HBK. Okay, it's gone.
I don't know. Is it me or what?
It's better now, so I guess it was you. I mean, Alex. I mean, why do you have this preposition that?
Because I've met enough flat earthers and I've talked to enough flat earthers to know that they lack common sense, logic, and that it's going to be a total waste of my time. Is it possible?
Why, Mr. Slave? Mr. Slave, do you think that the Earth is flat or what?
That's literally ad hominem. It's not the topic that I'm discussing. Alex, why do you think they behave this way?
What I'm saying is like, why are you saying that, anything about flat Earth? I don't. Why are we talking?
Here, I'm getting to it. So Alex, why do you think they behave this way? Why do you think they came? Do you think they really believe it, or do you think they're faking this position?
No, I think they believe it. I just think there's some crazy people out there.
So you think they're irrational? You think they believe like crazy stuff? Like,
yes, if you are a flat earther, you are irrational, 100%.
I agree with that. I would say that's a immediate.
I mean,
red
hold
flag.
on. I mean, if you look outside, the Earth looks flat, right? Wait, what? I mean, they are being scientific. No.
Oh my god, this is like the most cliche argument. Yes, that is because of the scale of the Earth. However, when they've done experiments, like when they take, for example, laser, right?
No, don't convince me. You don't need. This is not. We're not here to debate that. I'm here to debate you that it is possible. Maybe it's not a waste of time. But the question is, why do they believe this?
Because they're retarded. There's some
No,
retarded people out there.
let's assume no. Let's assume they're completely rational and something is driving them. The echo is driving me insane. I don't know who. The young HBK. Can
I
you
would
mute
say
yourself?
because the average person is confused and they don't know what to believe.
We'll get to that.
Well, I
HBK,
mean,
can
could
you?
that guy even be considered rational if he's saying he's
Let's
having sex with
assume.
God?
Let's
I'm,
assume.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to assume that because that goes directly against what I believe. I don't think that guy's rational. I think he's like a retard, and it would be like me debating my 5-year-old nephew. Actually, my 5-year-old nephew would make for a better debate because at least he's not retarded. At least he, even with his 5-year-old brain, he can comprehend certain facts. If I talk to my 5-year-old nephew, hey, what shape is the Earth? He's going to be like, it's round. We learned that in whatever first grade.
Okay. Let's
So,
assume.
so yeah,
Hold on.
so it's a pure waste of my time.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is very important. This goes very deep. HBK, can you mute yourself? Maybe you're echoing, and then maybe Sarah, because there is an echo. So
All right.
Alex, but let's assume rationality. Let's assume that they are.
I'm not going to assume that because I don't believe that. So you're asking me to assume something. That's like me saying, well, let's just assume that you are a serial rapist. You're like, well, bro, I'm not a serial rapist, but let's just assume that. No, you're not going to agree to assuming that.
No, this is very deep. Here, I'll tell you what. Like when I think about it, like what is driving these people to say this? So, in my opinion, it's really very deep. This is a result of the science trademark of the elites shoving their big fat pee-pee down our throats with their science trademark. That's what I think. It's people revolting against the elites. It's people getting sick of the of the intelligentsia, if you know that word from
I'm
Russia.
really sick of these elites talking about gravity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off a 30-story building because I want to make a point to these elites, these Isaac Newtons who talk about gravity. Well, I don't believe in gravity. Woo! Here I go.
No, Alex.
Who's
No.
the dumbass in that situation?
No, Alex. You're not. No. They're not. They're not harming themselves. They're not harming anyone. They just want to. They just. I mean, they're just upset. This is a reaction to the vaccines and COVID and global warming.
No, we can have an intelligent discussion about global warming, about vaccines. These are all things I'm willing to have an intelligent discussion about. We're not going to have an intelligent discussion about whether the Earth
We're
is
not allowed to. See, we're not allowed to.
No, you can do it, Mr.
you
Slade.
can't.
You can engage with all the
You're
flat
not.
earthers you want. I'm personally not going to do it.
No,
I can do it if I want to. I just
No.
don't want to.
No, but you cannot engage with the elites on COVID. They shut you down. You cannot engage.
No,
with
Mr.
the
Slave is tripping the fuck out, bro.
Hold on,
I don't know what
HBK.
COVID
they're talking
Hold
about.
on. HBK, hold
I
on.
don't know what COVID has to do with flat Earth.
No, because you cannot. The elites shut you down. HBK, it's you who is echoing. So mute yourself.
That's unfortunate, bro. So how do I not echo?
If
Just
you
mute
have-
yourself.
Yeah, if you
Is
have
that what it is?
YouTube
All
or
right.
something, you have
Maybe you should
something
get-
else open. You need
Yeah,
to
maybe you have another
close out.
YouTube. Maybe you have. Maybe it's too loud. Lower the
I'll just mute
volume.
I'll just mute myself.
Yeah, so this is like a pretty accurate assessment. It's people no longer trusting research from big institute, which is based because scientists can be bribed straight for clout. That is true, but flat Earth is very disproven.
But
there we go.
But they're just using flat Earth as the go-to to get the elites upset.
Mr. Slave, I need an honest answer from you on this question. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
That's a different topic. There's no reason to discuss that.
It is very important to see how this goes. Do you believe the Earth is flat?
Do I believe the
Mr.
Earth?
Slade, it's gonna be embarrassing if you say yes.
Okay, HBK. Here, I'll make it easy. I'll make it easy for you. I'll
Let
make it easy for you, Alex. HBK, prove to me the Earth is not flat. This is going to be funny.
Prove to you the Earth is not flat.
Yeah, without repeating that. Yeah, just prove it. I'm listening. I'm all ears. Should I set a timer? How
I
much time
would
do you
say
need to-
that there's like satellites circular.
Okay, but those can be
globe at
easily
all times.
faked, right? Those can be easily faked by the elites, just like they fake COVID and global warming. they can fake the Earth being flat. So let's remove that from the table. So how do you know the Earth is not flat?
How do I know?
Yes,
I
yes.
would
How do
say,
you
I
know?
mean, if you wanna, I guess just break it down pretty simply. If you look at the horizon, I mean, if you look at what, and if it all throughout when they were sailing and all that, if you look at the
How
horizon,
do you
it's
know? How do
right.
you know? HBK, you don't know. You don't know, and you made fun of me. You don't know, and you made fun of me.
I don't know,
I have,
bro. I mean,
I've said it.
okay, so if
I
HBK.
can
we're gonna
actually
look at
give
No,
you. I
Alex,
can,
do
no,
you
Alex,
want
no,
me? Do
Alex,
you
no.
want me to
Alex,
explain
this
it
is
to you, bro?
between
Do you
me.
want me to explain to you
Listen, Mr.
why the
HBK.
fucking
No,
Earth
no, Mr. HBK. Look,
is
HBK, stop. Look, don't please. I mean, don't make
not flat,
no
bro? Are you fucking
HBK.
serious, bro?
No HBK. Don't make fun of me. Right? All I said is I'm just being open-minded to the people who are. I'm doing a psychoanalysis. I'm doing
Okay,
HBK,
the only way that like I would
HBK. I'm doing a psycho
come to some type of
HBK. I'm doing
understanding if to any
HBK.
flat
Mr. Slave, I
earther,
have a question
all
for
right,
you.
stop.
to any flat
I'm gonna
earther.
need to. I'm gonna need to redirect this conversation. Now, first of all, I can
Um,
actually answer that question because I can prove to you the Earth is round through a whole bunch
No,
of.
no, that's not
But
the point.
before I do that,
is
I need a
if the
clear.
brain looks at something
I need a clear answer from you
in a
first.
different way? That's the only way.
Wait, I need first a very clear answer, and then we can answer the proof. If you think the Earth is flat,
As far as I know, there is no evidence otherwise. I don't have evidence. I don't have. I've never seen the Earth being other than flat.
so you think it's flat?
As you know, as
Homeboy
far as
is
I
tripping,
know,
bro. Oh my god, dude. He's not
Well,
even serious. He's not
Wait,
even
how
serious.
are you a scientist, Mr. Slave? How are you a scientist if you think the Earth is flat? What? Either you're not a scientist or
He's
you don't
joking, bro.
believe the Earth
This
is
is
flat.
clearly
But
a
there's
joke.
no way you're a scientist who believes
okay,
the Earth
Alex,
is flat.
prove to me. Okay, let's make it fast. Alex, prove to me the Earth is not flat.
Okay, there's many different things you can do. First of all, is
Prove
that
to
when
me
you're
right now the Earth is not flat.
I'm about to do it if you just let me talk. So first of all, when you're watching a ship sail off, right? You notice that
Okay,
there's
I'm not next to the ocean right now, and actually, every time I've been to the ocean, I've never noticed that effect. Go to the next proof.
Okay, so you're just going to
Wait,
disregard my.
let me.
Okay,
No, no. Okay,
you
let me
didn't
ask
even
you.
finish the
there's
No,
been
sentence,
let me.
serious photos
Slave.
that have been taken
No,
from
no.
me.
Hold on, Alex. Hold on, Alex. Have you ever done this experiment?
Bro, there was a period of
I have
time when people actually
actually
did believe
Wait,
the earth
have
was
Alex.
actually
flat
looked
until
You
people
went.
started
sail
sailing
off.
on the
No, no,
fucking
Alex.
ocean, bro. That's what happened.
Okay, HBK, stop. You had your chance. Okay,
That's all I'm
Alex.
saying. That's all I'm saying. If we're
HBK, you had your
that's all I'm
chance.
saying.
You had your chance. Alex, did you go to the ocean and conduct this experiment yourself?
I have seen ships sail off. Yes, so I have seen the drop off. I
You've
have lived
seen.
next to an ocean for a big part of my life.
So you saw the ships disappearing, like as if the Earth is a sphere. You noticed it.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't. I mean, okay, so fine. So you have convinced yourself of this. Fine. It is.
Well, there's there's
I never. I
there's many more proofs. This is just one. There's many
okay.
more. There's the photos that were taken from the International Space
No,
Station.
but those are easy. Those are easy. Those are easy to create with
Oh my God.
Photoshop
So
and stuff.
everything
What
is fake.
benefit, can
No,
I ask you something, Mr. Slave? What benefit would scientists or the elite or whoever have by saying that the earth is round? How does that benefit anybody?
that's not. That's a good question. We
Right.
know that HBK. Please mute yourself.
Yeah,
You're
you are
you're
really
echoing.
talking, bro.
It's insane. Thank you. It's a good question. Why about that? I don't have an answer, but they have done this with global warming, with COVID, with other things.
But
So
right, global warming because it
Okay.
promotes it promotes the
right.
pollution type of lobbying
So
and things of that nature, electric cars, stuff like that. There's an actual
I agree.
benefit for
I
big
agree
companies,
with
but
you, Sarah. I
but
agree. I
when
agree. I agree. I agree. I mean, there is evidence that Of course, there is plenty
Okay,
of evidence.
let me just give you all the evidence, or at least some of it.
No, you
Number
don't
one,
need to, Alex. This isn't Alex. You don't need to convince me the Earth is a sphere. That's ridiculous. You don't
well,
need to do that.
you asked me for proof.
No. I asked you if you conducted these experiments yourself.
You initially asked me for proof that the Earth is
No,
round.
no. I meant. How do you know? How do you know without relying on sources of information? So you conducted an experiment yourself, and that indicates you indicated to yourself that the Earth's, there isn't an indication.
Yes, I have
Well,
also
that's like
I've
asking,
also
how do you know
flown to different
gravity
time zones
exists?
and
That's
had
like
this. Yeah,
that's
like there's
Go
many
ahead,
many
Alex.
ways to prove the Earth is round.
Right.
Just
Different.
flying, just traveling to different time
Yes.
zones, you
Yes.
can see that. So
Yes.
there's so many things you can verify yourself.
Uh,
But
I think the flat earthers have an explanation for time zone, so that's not a good explanation.
well, what is the explanation?
I mean, they say the sun is above the earth, and when you travel, so you get different time zones. You might not get night and day though. Yeah, time zones, yeah, but not night and like you would have to go all the way to China. You would have to talk to someone in China, and he would have to tell you that right now it's like 12 hours away. That
Well, you can easily do that with cell phones.
I want to know how,
Yeah.
like, if the Earth was flat, how would we exist in the solar system?
That's not
Because
that's not
this,
interesting. It's
like,
really, Sarah.
long, flat
No, it's not interesting.
mass
It's not.
of land
It's
would
not
not be
interesting.
able to rotate around the sun. Do you believe we rotate around the sun?
That's not the point. It's not what I believe.
All right, I want to get off this flat Earth thing. It's really dumb.
I don't want to talk.
I
I
don't
do not.
I don't know how Mr. Slave roped me into talking about the flat Earth.
Yeah, I agree. That's a
Because he
huge
thinks
waste.
Okay, you
Despite the
cannot
fact that
talk.
like I don't really debate flat earthers because their brains don't work properly. But
That's almost
I'm gonna
like
say, Alex,
talking like
Alex,
a dude to
HBK,
be a
HBK,
slave
please
to
stop.
a
HBK,
woman.
please stop. You're wasting
Yeah.
our time. Alex, my point is that there is psychological and social reasons why these people are doing it. The very fact that you're unable to convince them that they're wrong means that they have a motivation besides logic, besides reason. Something else is driving them to pretend that they believe it. It's
all right,
pretend.
so if you can dedicate your whole life or hours of your life or whatever to talking to flat earthers, coupling their balls, whatever it is that you want to do. Me personally, I am choosing not to engage with them. So that's my decision that I'm willing to make. But you can engage with them all you want. You can have a little slumber party where you guys do your little like
You were
flat
mean
earth
to him.
control.
You were mean to him even before you discovered that he's a flat earther.
No, I started being mean to him primarily when I discovered he was a flat earther.
No. You were mean to him the whole time.
Well, then I'm just a meanie, Mr. Slave. I'm just a mean-spirited
Why were
person.
you so mean to him?
Well, because I don't feel like I was mean to him until I discovered he's a flat earther, but also because I think he's a retard, and I think he's a dude.
But if you really believed he's a retard, you would not be so mean to him. So why were you so mean to him?
Not like a physical retard, but like a really dumb person who has deluded themselves into a whole bunch of things, and someone who I just do not respect intellectually.
I mean, whatever caused him to delude himself, can't you pull him out of that?
I'm not interested in pulling him out of
Why
it.
not? You're pushing him away into wherever
why would I care what this random
because you
dude
did this to him. You and yes, because
all
you're
your
pushing him.
fault, Alex.
This guy was not having sex with God before I came along.
You're pushing him into his corner of the internet. He came to you.
Well,
Look,
you can cuddle him. You can make out with
why
him.
don't you? No, Alex, stop it. Why don't you just be nice to him? That's all you need to do in order to pull him out of his misery.
I'm not gonna do it because I don't care about being nice to him.
It doesn't take any energy. It actually takes less effort to be nice than to be meanie.
It's just not as fun for me. If I'm gonna sit through a 40-minute discussion with him and just go waste all my brain cells and lose like fucking 5 inches worth of my hairline, then at the very least I'm gonna have a few
You
laughs.
don't have to. Just don't be mean. Wait, could it be that you were mean to him in order to create a clip for your clip channel?
No, I think I would have behaved like that whether I had the PWF Clips channel or not.
Would you have behaved this way to him if he was right next to you?
Probably, yeah.
Why? Why are you such a meanie?
Well, I'm only mean to certain people. I'm nice to most people, but there's certain people who I will be mean to because I think they deserve ridicule. Honestly,
I don't think he was being mean, Mr. Slave. I think he was just not like it was almost like he just didn't feel like entertaining it, but
Yeah,
was
I was mainly trolling. I could be way
yeah.
meaner if I wanted to. I
Why
could go
would you
way
troll?
harder.
Why troll? Why do that?
I thought that guy was trolling us. To be quite
No,
honest. Like,
no. You could have had a nice conversation. Be nice to each
how can you
other.
have a nice conversation with somebody who's telling you you believe in God, God is real, you do believe him? Like, how can you have a conversation with somebody telling you what your belief system is and what
Most people in the world believe in global warming. Global warming is complete nonsense. Most people believe
No,
in
it's not.
COVID.
It's not a complete nonsense.
COVID
Oh my
does
God.
not exist.
It
Most people
absolutely
believe.
exists. Oh my God, dude.
Most people, yeah. Okay,
Wow.
Alex, how do you know COVID
How are you,
exists?
how are you a
Wow.
scientist, dude?
How do you know COVID exists? Let's hear
COVID
it.
or
How do you know
global
COVID
warming?
exists?
What are we
COVID.
talking
Let's start whatever. Either global warming or
COVID is
about? They're very
different than
different
global
things.
warming.
COVID is very different than global warming. They're not
It's the
related.
same for this
they
guy.
both don't exist. You think they exist?
Do I think that the COVID virus exists? Yes, I
Yes.
think the COVID
What's your
virus
evidence? Okay, what's your evidence the COVID virus exists?
because I had COVID and I did a
How do you know
test
you had COVID?
because I tested positive for COVID. I had the COVID antibodies.
How do you know? Okay, I mean, when I say COVID exists, I mean the pandemic. So you think, I mean, maybe there is a virus called COVID, but how do you know there was a pandemic?
How do I know that there was millions of people who were sick?
well, I,
I
think
mean,
Mr. Slade
millions.
also
Hold
have
on,
to
Sarah. No, Sarah, hold on. Let me finish this. How
well,
do
hold
you
on, 'cause
know?
you've been talking
No,
for a while. You have to recognize that
Well, a lot of
that
people
we're not
died, bro. You could
scientists.
call it
a
COVID
lot
or
of
you
people
call it
die
the
all the
flu. You
time,
call it whatever
HBK.
you want,
A lot
man.
of
But a
people
lot of
die
people
all the
fucking
time.
died,
A
bro.
lot
Bottom
of
line.
people die all the time. That doesn't help me. How do you know people died of COVID?
Well, because there was tests that were done. I personally know multiple people who got COVID who tested positive for
How
it.
do you know even one person died of COVID?
How do I
Name
know
that
that?
person.
How do
Name
I?
one. Name
Well,
one person.
I personally don't know anyone who died from
Okay,
COVID.
how do you know any
I
person
would
in the
say
world
I
ever
believe
died?
people's
Hold on,
anecdotal
HBK. How do you
evidence when
know
they tell
any
me their
person?
relative dies from COVID.
How do
Bro.
I know? How do? Well, first of all, I
That's
have
all it is.
friends who have family members who died from COVID, so I'm going off
How do
one.
they
What,
know they
and
died of
two, I'm
COVID?
going off what the medical authorities report. Now you're going to say, oh, but it could be fake. If you want to make that argument, I'm not going to be able to convince you of anything. But I generally believe in insane amounts of objective proof that the medical authorities publish, right? So if the doctors are saying this, and this, and this, I'm generally, if there's a massive consensus, I'm going to believe it. Now, of course,
But
I don't like the way the pandemic was handled, and I don't think the virus was nearly as lethal as people made it out to be. But yes, I believe in COVID, and I believe people died in it, of course.
Okay, how does COVID kill? Explain to me the mechanism of how COVID kills.
Well, I'm not a virologist, but as
How do you
far
know
as
COVID can kill? Can
I
COVID kill?
just answered that question.
What is it called? What is it called? Respiratory illness. So what does that mean,
As
bro?
far as I
What does that mean, bro? That
That's
means
just the
breath,
flu.
man. It means
That's
it's
just
hard
the
to fucking
flu.
breathe.
That's
That's
just
Yeah,
the
how
as
flu.
they die.
far as I
What are you
understand, the
talking
way
about?
COVID kills is because it causes you to have a massive flare up with your immune system. So your immune system starts attacking the body, and when that
How
happens,
does it do it? How does it do it?
through
Explain the mechanism.
through antibodies.
No, how does COVID cause whatever you just said? How
Bro,
does COVID kill?
I'm not a virologist. I'm not
How
going
do
to
you
give
know
you
that COVID
Act-
kills?
I
How
thought
do you
it
know
like
that?
attacked your respiratory system, something like that.
How do you know COVID can kill?
This dude's just a
I've already, I've
contrarian.
Mr.
already, I've
Slade,
already
you have
answered
to
that
you
question.
have to understand that we are
No, you
not
didn't,
doctors. We are
Alex.
not doctors or scientists. We don't do
Okay, so
biology.
I looked into it.
Hold on
I
a second,
looked.
Mr. Slade. You have like seriously been going forever now. Please, we
Yeah.
are not doctors. We're not scientists. We're not researchers. Like this is
Yo,
not.
Mr. Slave lost his
However,
fucking mind along the
HBK,
way.
chill for a second.
Right.
However, we can have a common understanding and a common acceptance of something that we are being told because it's mass distributed, it's massively understood. Like whether you believe it's real or the pandemic was real or this was real, that's one thing or another. But we're not here to argue the science behind it because we don't know or understand it. We're
Okay,
not those people,
all
but
right,
we can
Sarah.
accept that COVID was or was not real on our own
Okay,
basis, our own
Sarah.
experiences.
Sarah, would
So
you
This sentence basically explains: produce too many white blood cells and overwhelms your respiratory system. There we go.
How does it do that? Produces too many white cells? COVID produces too many white blood cells? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, that's garbage. Okay, look, I looked into it. As far as I know, COVID cannot kill. End of story. I looked into
Story.
global.
That's very convincing. That a flat earther,
I'm not
that
trying
a
to
flat
convince.
earther looked into something and decided it wasn't real. That is very convincing.
Are you
have
fucking
lost
kidding?
every single ounce of credibility when you said that you're a flat earther. You're not sure if the Earth is round. You at this point have zero credibility in
I don't
anything
need.
scientific.
I don't
So the
look.
fact that you've
I'm
looked
not
into
here.
COVID
You don't.
does absolutely zero to convince me, because once again, you're like the girl who has screamed rape 100 times and now you're screaming rape
I'm not.
101st time. At this point,
No.
I'm not going to take you seriously. So
I'm not. I'm saying I looked into it. The mechanism of COVID. I can explain to you the molecular mechanism how COVID behaves. It cannot kill. We can go through it if you want. Now,
yeah, this is like really really dumb. I never realized that you were a flat earther, but yeah, like I think that's like kind of where the debate ends. We can still have a discussion, but like, yeah, if you're a flat earther, I'm not going to be able to convince you of anything. And I think this has been like a really good demonstration of how you've just been doing the most insane mental gymnastics to like justify your beliefs, which has been my experience with every single flat earther ever. So yeah, you just kind of supported my point.
Mr. Slave, are you really a scientist? That's what I want to know. There's no way.
It doesn't matter. I'm not
No fucking
arguing.
way is he a
I'm not
scientist.
arguing from authority. I'm just saying. I'm just
You're a
doing.
contrarian.
No, I'm not a contrarian. Absolutely not. Just the opposite. Alex was being very mean to
Bro,
a person.
he's trolling.
No, I'm
that's
not.
what he
No,
is.
I never.
No,
trolled.
he's actually not trolling. That's the sad part.
No, I'm here. The only reason
You
I'm
really can't
here
tell.
is because Alex was very mean to a person, and there's no reason for this. Now he's being very mean to
Are
me,
you
and there's
the
no.
mean police, Mr. Slave?
Am I what?
Well, you can go and cuddle with him. You can like
Stop,
nurse him
Alex.
back
Mean
to health.
Alex, stop being a meanie. What, Sarah?
I can be a meanie if I
I'm
want to be.
telling you, yo, he thought
Don't
he
be
thought it would be
Alex. Just
funny.
because
He
you
thought
can
it'd be
be a
funny
meanie,
to put on a
don't
mask
be a meanie.
and just
Yes,
show up on
Sarah.
somebody's
Well, I
channel.
think when you tell me don't be a
That's what
meanie,
happened, bro.
it just makes me want to be a meanie more. But yeah, I think some people should be ridiculed.
No,
And-
no, never.
But
And
no
flat
shaming.
earthers
Slave,
are
is
people
that
in that category.
No, stop it, Alex. No, there's
Stop it.
never.
No shaming
Slave,
ever.
if that's your
No
argument
shaming
that
ever.
Alex is being mean, then you haven't really like said anything that regards that specific statement. You've gone off on these tangents all over the place, from flat earth to COVID to global warming, that like, why don't you come back to just say Alex was mean, end of story? Like you went all over the fucking
Yeah,
place.
that's something we can have a debate about. But I think the flat earth thing is just like a waste of time.
Look, my
Alex,
point
don't be a
is,
meanie.
I came here because you were being mean to that guy, and I mean, you were mean to him all along. And
I mean, you can white knight for this little godfucker all
stop
you
saying
want.
that, Alex. I'm not white knighting. Stop saying that. Just
You
don't. Be
literally came on the channel to tell me I was mean to some dude.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Why
What's
would
the
I?
point?
I've already explained it to him.
No, no,
We're
Alex. Come on,
saying to you-
Alex. You look, Alex. You're a big channel. You have a lot of influence, and even if you were just a little guy, it doesn't matter. Don't. Let's not be mean to each other. Let's make a rule. Let's stop being meanies to each other.
I'm not going to make that rule because I reserve the right to be mean to certain people. I'm sorry, but if you come on my channel and you're going to be a total fucking dumb twat, then I reserve the right to be mean to you as I see fit.
All right, you okay? I mean, that's your choice. But do you want to make the world a better place, Alex?
Generally, yeah.
So I recommend. You don't think if you're mean to that guy or if you're nice to that guy, don't you think there is a difference in how he's going to behave? Don't you think that if you're nice to him, maybe you'll open his mind a little bit?
Yeah, I think that guy's definitely a lost cause.
But also, Mr. Slave,
I
like
could have a threesome with him and God, and it still wouldn't change anything.
Alex, don't you know how the way religions capture people is just by being nice to them? That's the only way they
I'm
capture
not
people.
interested in capturing that dude. He's the last dude I want to
But that's
capture.
the only way we're gonna get
Oh, you'll
people
capture
out of their black holes. There's no other way to get them out. To get
Yo,
anyone
I
out.
agree. I agree. Fuck that.
I'm,
dude.
I'm not interested in like getting him out of whatever black hole
You
he's
don't want to
in.
make the world a better
He's
place.
done that himself. I'm not spending my time on that
No,
dude.
you
But Mr.
did it to
Slave,
him. You did
Mr.
it to
Slave,
him.
that man did not come on. That man did not come on asking for advice. He did not come on asking for like guidance in anything. He came on with declarative statements and basically Alex that he does believe in God, whether he says he doesn't or not. Like there was, I could understand if a gentleman came on and was like, "Oh, hey, Alex, I really just have some thoughts about God, and I was hoping you could kind of help me walk through them." That I could understand if he was mean to him, that would be an issue. But he just came on making declarative statements. Like that's it. Like you can't. There was no talking to him.
Greg, you're making so much noise. Maybe mute yourself as long as you're not talking.
Mr. Slave, do I have
He
to
knows.
start with how you were being bad faith to Mr. X the other night?
I made comments. That's a meanie statement. Don't be a meanie. Stop it.
He was let me clarify. So he was debating Mr. X, and every time he kept interrupting him, and then he got trolled, and then he got butthurt that he got trolled, and I said he was bad faith, and Mr. Slave was like, "No, you're mean." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, you're being mean. Stop it. Anyway,
No, Mr. Slave, he's in the
Hey
closet.
man, can you get me a beer? Stop it! You're being a meanie. Hey dude, do you know what time it is? Stop it! You're being a meanie right now.
I would suggest to you, Alex. My analysis is that people go to religions and to conspiracy theories basically because of people like you, because meanies drive them to the corners of the world.
Yes, it is my fault that this dude thinks he's fucking God.
It's you and people like you, and what you did drove him away. So he might have. So today he said, "Okay, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to debate, and maybe the 1 in a million chance they'll open my mind." But instead, you were just being a meanie. So in his mind now, he's like, "Oh, these people, I never want to hang around them. They're such meanies," and he's going to go back to his cluster.
Well, that's a good thing. I don't really want him on my channel. Like,
Stop it, Alex.
That discussion was like
You
mentally.
don't know. Maybe he could be your next best student. You don't know. Yes.
I don't want him as my student.
Yes, you do.
Bro, he doesn't need game. He's already getting laid with God. Like, why is he
You want the worst case scenarios, and then to make clips and show, oh, you see, I took this worst case scenario, I turned him into a Casanova. That's what you
Slave,
want.
I don't think he was trying to like flip.
It's not worth the mental bandwidth for me to try to turn that guy into anything. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach him game, and then he's gonna come on a week later and be like, "Yeah, I had a threesome. Oh, who with? Oh, it was God and Jesus. It was a good one." Like, that's not a guy I'm interested in teaching. That's not a guy. I respect my mental sanity more than I respect potentially convincing one person of anything.
Okay, hopefully.
I almost feel like you're arguing just for the sake of arguing right now. I don't think you actually believe all of this. I think you just wanted to come on just to be on and have something to argue about.
He wants to be terrific.
No. I didn't want to be on. It takes a lot of energy for me to be on. The reason I'm on is to try to fix Alex. Because Alex.
Well, that's a futile endeavor.
No, that's like the first time I met you and I told you about telling a chick that you love her, and it penetrated and it made impact, even though you deny it. But now,
first of all, don't ever use the word penetrate when you're talking about you and me in one sentence. This is the first thing. And the second thing is I keep telling you that you had nothing to do with that, man.
Okay, I believe that I had everything to do with that. And I believe that I can make you a better person.
Well, you can keep believing that there. I mean, I don't know.
Can you penetrate him?
Mr. Slave is making you his project, Alex. You're his project guy.
I am declining politely any kind of project type of invitation.
Anyway, Sarah, I never joke. I'm never a contrarian. I never troll. I'm always serious. I'm always trying to do my best. Sometimes I am also a meanie, but then my owner tells me, "Oh, by the way, I have a new owner. Congratulations."
Oh, look at that.
Wait, Alex, did you hear this? I have a new owner.
I heard you.
So you know, Nicole is in a relationship, so
You told me.
yeah. So now Mistress Lily's probably going to be my new owner.
Oh,
Would you
Mr.
like me to invite her to your channel to introduce herself?
Yes,
Yeah, why not?
she's actually pretty good looking.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Sure, why not?
And, I mean, for now, she's not so excited to show her face, but I'm working on it.
Okay.
You should get her to like whip you live on my stream. That would be pretty
Stop
cool.
it. Stop it, Russian
No, it's-
meanie. You did that already once. That was
it was
enough.
good content. Everybody loved it. They were cheering for you.
Yeah, it was very painful.
Well, tell her to not hit you as hard, but tell her to just like give you like some good lashes. You know.
If I tell her, she'll hit me harder. So, and
Okay.
also, if I tell her not to hit me hard, you'll tell her to hit me hard, and she'll do that.
Ooh.
But isn't that what you want?
No, it's not what I want. I don't want to be whipped. It hurts.
It hurts. Well, no spanking bench for you, slave.
Mr. Slave should be beaten until someone whips the flat Earth out of him.
Okay, Alex, stop it. I don't personally believe in the flat Earth theory.
Oh,
What? Oh,
because earlier you said that there's no proof that the Earth is round.
no, I meant that I've never conducted any experiment like you did to prove to myself
Bro,
directly.
he just wants some attention. That's why he puts on the mask, bro.
Stop it, HBK.
That's
Stop
what
being a
it is.
meanie. No, okay. As long as at least let's practice. As long as I'm here, let's not be meanies. Let's all be nice to each other.
Get off
Don't want to
the
dox
screen so we can be mean to each other.
No, Sarah,
Yeah.
stop it.
When you say that, it just makes me want to be a meanie more.
No, try to be nice. Let's
Mr.
practice. Yes, Mr. Meanie.
Okay, how about this? If you dox yourself, I'll stop being a meanie.
No, I was thinking maybe at 1 million viewers, I'll do a face reveal.
1 million viewers.
On whose channel? On your channel?
Yeah, when I get
You got like years to go for that.
I know.
Yeah, so never.
When Alex gets 200K subs, do a face reveal.
Maybe I'll do a nose reveal.
We can't wait to see that nose.
No.
All right, guys. I do want to wrap up soon. Anyone have any closing thoughts or they want to discuss before we end the stream?
To go, man.
Yeah, I just want to, Alex, how do you get so many crazy people? Like, your audience is ridiculous. Like,
I truly don't know. I think they gravitate towards me because I give them a safe space, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, except for the black pillars, but yeah.
Yeah, crazy. I'll agree with you.
Except for the flat earthers, them you don't.
No,
give
I'm
a-
black. I'm black.
That might be none. I draw the
I'm
line.
watching Alex. I'm black pilled as fuck. That's all I gotta say.
Black pill man.
Okay.
I mean, they're pretty obsessed with you for some reason. It's kind of strange to see in the comments. It's like every video is a bunch of negative ass black pillars, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, it is what it is. Well, yeah, cool. Greg, are you streaming later tonight?
Yeah, I'll be on. You hit me up. I was at the club, so that's why I got back to you super late. But yeah, I'll be streaming tonight.
All right, cool. I'll probably pop on there. Thanks
Sounds-
everyone for joining. But yeah, guys, we're dropping a dope ass video tomorrow, so check it out.
Ooh.
And we'll be back with another round of speed dating tomorrow night.
Bet.
Bet. There we go. All right, guys. Have a good night, y'all.
All right. Thanks,
All
Alex.
right. Good night.